Hello, everyone. This is NextGen Arts for Enlightenment, and today we have a very special talk with the founding committee members, just us. My name is Ruta Matuleviciute. I am the director of NextGen Arts for Enlightenment, and we have Ineta Pliekaitytė, who is a culture director of NextGen Arts, and Justina Zigmantaitė, who is the creative director of the NextGen Arts for Enlightenment project. Hello, everyone. It's nice to have you here.
Hello, Ruta.
So we could start by sharing our motivations to be on this project and to work on this special project, and then connect to our own backgrounds. I think that would be very interesting connection. Ineta, could you start?
Yes, yes, of course, Ruta. So I am a cultural manager, and I have been interested in the impact of arts and cultural heritage on individuals, different communities, or even society as a whole, as well as artists themselves. And working as a project manager and a contemporary art festivals coordinator, it was always the main question of why arts are so critical in expanding human awareness. Since Transcendental Meditation changed my life and still keeps changing it in the most beautiful and unexpected ways, by just letting experience more subtle levels of myself, I feel so excited that I can connect these two areas, art and meditation. So for arts for enlightenment. And my background is in contemporary performing arts. And I know that enlightenment, it's like really big word and very big concept. And in a few words, it's like about really reaching our full potential. And this is why I'm here with you and Justina to help to reach that full potential for every artist.
Thank you, Ineta. Justina, what about you?
I'm just thinking how Annette beautifully described her intention about being here. It's very beautiful. Well, I have a background of graphic design, and so here I am as a creative director of NextGen Arts for Enlightenment, and I'm here to help with visuals. And as myself as an artist also, and I can feel it great impact of meditation and how it is changing my approach to arts. And I think it's very important for artists to know what they are doing, because you can think you are just simply expressing yourself, but to know the importance behind it, what message it brings to others, it's very important. And Transcendental Meditation, it helps to refine it and to catch it even in more subtle ways. With creating arts, we are very responsible for what we are bringing to the art world, and Transcendental Meditation helps to make it the best it can be, to make the best things we can bring to the world. So thank you for being here, for having this. I'm very grateful for having this opportunity to be here and spread this message to the world.
I feel exactly the same. I am so grateful to be able to work on this project. This has been my dream, actually, ever since I started meditating. I had a dream to have like a collective of artists who are meditating, because there's and do exhibitions and host events of meditating artists, because there is some special quality that appears once you start meditating. It's like you open up some another field in your creative process, and I believe that's really visible in the artworks that are created. So to just quickly come back to my background, I have a master's in painting from Vilnius Academy of Arts, and I've been working in the field of arts for maybe about a decade now. I started working on exhibitions when I was doing my undergraduate degree in painting, and so I am a painter, an interdisciplinary artist, and an art curator. And with Transcendental Meditation and later with TM Cities, it's just been magical to work on my own individual projects as well as curating exhibitions. Everything is just so much more meaningful and so much more full. So it's really great to have a project dedicated for exactly for that, to talk about the value of TM for the arts. And I'm also very grateful to you for joining me. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to work with you.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful that the essential nature of art and meditation is like it's one thing, and meditation is a key to unlocking our full creative potential, and art's about expressing it at the purest level of our hearts that resonates with other people. And in my professional life, I had really nice possibility actually to witness what a big inspiration can be, for example, to bring art to more isolated places, and how one dance piece can change one's life by just expanding awareness about life possibilities or who one can become. And the experience in meditation goes even beyond that. And imagine how powerful art can be, creating really from that deepest level of consciousness. And this is what this project is about, that more artists will meditate, the better the world will be.
Yes, to express more of that fullness that's in every artist. That's essentially everyone's inner reality, the being with capital B, to express that more. I think that you mentioned something very beautiful about bringing arts to more isolated places and making an impact on some people's lives, even. Maybe that can be said like that. I think maybe we could share if we had some experiences with art like this. Have you ever come to see an artwork, and did it have some kind of an impact like that to you? Something really strong that you remember very vividly? That would be very interesting to hear.
Yeah, I could start with that. It happens. It happens when you see and you just cannot take your eyes off it, and you don't even know why. You just feel that artwork. It talks with you on some kind of unseen unseen tunnel of communication. Let's say it like that. So yeah.
Yeah, and for some time, my job was about that, like creating a program of festival, and it's about looking, like going to different performances and looking what we can bring to the festival, and yeah, coming and really searching for something that touches something deeper inside, that it's not always that it's possible to put it in words, but after leaving the performance, then it something is left, or question or experience or emotion or an idea, something, a bit of expansion happens during that time. And this is very beautiful because that expansion can be also very diverse. But yeah, this is what I was looking for when I was working as a festival programmer.
For the expansion, this is amazing. For me, I remember when I was about to graduate from my cello major in music school, I really wanted to play Johann Sebastian Bach first cello suite prelude, because it's so beautiful. It's cosmic. I don't know, it's just so amazing. I really wanted to play it, and I made an agreement with my cello teacher that I will graduate with that piece. And it can be a little bit complicated. It's a little bit technically complex, but not impossible to learn. So I played a lot. I practiced a lot, and then when I started playing very effortlessly, when my fingers learned everything, like with this muscle memory, it was written down in that muscle memory, and I could play very freely. I started to, God, I wasn't meditating at that time yet, and I didn't actually have an understanding how meditation even works. But when I was playing, I think I was transcending because it was so beautiful. And there are pieces like that once performed by orchestra. You can listen, and they just bring you somewhere else. Exactly, that word expansion is really fitting for this. And some paintings too, some movies. And it's so nice that with this practice of with the knowledge of how to expand consciousness, with this very special technique that we have, we can actually achieve, we can understand how that works, this mechanics of expansion, and then we can achieve that in our work very naturally. If we experience that every day, then we can put that experience into the artwork. I just love it.
And it's really beautiful what Justina mentioned, that yeah, we are responsible of what we are creating, because now we were talking how much impact art can have, and then what it is created if artist is not grounded in oneself, and then what we bring for people to experience. And this is also very, very important.
Yeah, because we are very sensitive creatures. We sense everything. We read everything.
Actually, talking about this sensitivity, I think this is really important, because some people don't even realize, it can be just forgotten for a while, that everything is so subtle and so precious, and everyone is very overstimulated with phones and social media. And then then when we can forget about the sensitivity. talking about that responsibility, what do you think about, I think Justina mentioned that in her interview, about creating out of joy, but what do you think about what should artists do if they are not joyful at that, like during that day, during some day, but they want to create out of joy? Is creating in a kind of a lower mood creates worse art?
It's a tricky question. I don't know. But what I would do, I would just go to do something to ground myself, to listen to myself. What is going on then? Why am I not feeling that? Why I'm not in that joyful state, peaceful state? Maybe I need some rest. Maybe I should go to sleep, or maybe I should go for a walk. Maybe I should find my joy somewhere else at that moment, because that creative process is not always on the canvas as a painter, for a painter. It might be everywhere. The creative process is never ending. It's just, it doesn't have a starting point or ending point, in my opinion. So yeah. We should go search for that joy somewhere else then at that moment.
I really liked David Lynch's idea about that, and his example that, like, about Van Gogh, for example, that his life conditions were not perfect, and he definitely maybe was not happy all the time and joyful. But art itself, the process, painting, was the happy place and brought the happiness. So it's really then, yeah, there is one thing creating out of happiness, and then maybe creating to become more happy. It means that you create something that is very special for you, and maybe it's another perspective to that. So I just really like that idea, and I think it applies not only in the art, it's in every field that we doing, or where, or it's in like every field that we are active, and every profession. Just really do that, to do something that brings that happiness, fulfillment, and then more inspiration.
Yeah, very well said.
Yes, this is agreed. It's very beautiful. Then I am thinking maybe you have some reflections on the interviews that have been already published. If you talk to artists who are meditating or who have this access to the self, the field of pure consciousness, have you noticed some common approach in what they are talking about, their practice, or about how they are creating?
One general idea or thing that it is just really inspiring for myself to listen to those interviews, because they are like very personal stories, individual stories about universal aspects of our life. And it is so beautiful, and really from listening to those artists, I feel that there are different levels of our lives, and it can be better, and then a little bit better, and then a little bit better. That there is this potential, and it's beautiful because I think art, like for artists, creation is such a natural thing, but creation is everywhere. And I think they just really get the idea really well about creative process and how does it work, and it brings the inspiration, at least personally for me.
Yeah, I just couldn't agree more with that part of getting better and better. Everything seems like that's everywhere. It seems like that's the tendency uh, for this process. So yeah, just making it double.
Yes, actually, when I talked to each one of the artists, I noticed how everyone has kind of a little bit different approach to what they do. Of course, they are also artists of different disciplines, so that gives some difference already. Everyone is approaching the idea of creation and creative process and all of these mechanics of creation from different angles, but there is something common with that. There is some underlying beauty in that, some underlying, like that inspiration is just radiating from everyone. And that's so enjoyable to see. And I think that that's the most inspiring thing for me, at least. It's just after each of the talks, after each of the recordings, I go out of the room or out of the location where we were filming so inspired for the rest of the day. I just want to go and, I don't know, paint myself, or maybe just share with people more. It's just it's just so amazing.
Yeah, they're very inspiring. I agree.
How do you think when people will recognize the value of expanding consciousness for the arts? How do you see the arts developing? That's like a broader question, and we could look at it in the context of one country. We are all of us are from Lithuania. We could look in the context of Lithuania, or we could look in the context of like just global.
I have a sense everything is going to be very, very good and big for everybody. It will have a positive impact because it already has it. And as the growing mechanism of everything, I think it will just grow more. I think it will be even more important than it is today, the art and everything that people create.
Yeah, it is not an easy question, but I want to believe that we will bring in time, like as a whole art community, or even wider than that, more awareness about not just art, but about artists also, and how do they feel, and because this is the main thing, because everything comes from the artist. Yeah, so I think so that one perspective could be, or like possibility to grow, or a point to grow that can expand, is bringing more awareness, not just about an art as a whole or different art pieces, but to really think about artists and how artist feels, and how it is the inner state of the artist. And I think growing consciousness inside of us, then it will affect everything that is outside, and it spontaneously will bring more possibilities, and as Justina said, just better future, and at the same time, our life is about that. It's expansion and evolution, and we just want to believe that it's going to evolve in the more positive direction, but really bringing the more holistic point view about the art and how it is created.
This is a beautiful vision. I think it really makes sense when everything advances and there are so many more technologies that appear, like artificial intelligence, for instance, that there is all of this advancement in the field of the active field, the field of knowledge, knowing. But with all of this, if artists start realizing that there is one important element that is being missed in all of this advancement, then that will be, I think, the point of starting to grow, and that important element is, of course, artists themselves. so connecting to themselves, and as you both say, the feeling, how the artist feels, is very important. So with TM, with transcending and with expanding consciousness, and then also developing just regular skills of the artist, that is the growth. And I think it's a beautiful vision. It's a big vision. And you said enlightenment is a big word. But we had Renaissance and we had enlightenment already, but this is kind of a upgraded enlightenment. So we can strive for that, and I'm very happy to imagine this such future where the holistic aspect is important, and both the artist and the development of their skills are important.
Yes, and talking about the skills, I think it's really what the consciousness-based art is, because I think there are different levels also of, for example, appreciation, and there is this ground level where many things happening. It's more about aesthetics, and also how, the putting the price on the art, and this really feel that it's in our daily life, and we put a lot of attention to it because it seems the most important level of our existence. And then, especially while experiencing art, then there is more subtle level, which is like more on the feeling level, really on emotional level, and arts are very powerful to tapping on that and having effect for the audience, and also creating some very often from emotion, which is alive in that moment. But talking about consciousness-based art, I think we're going even deeper, where it's like beyond the mind and intellect, the ego, all the emotions. There is the deeper level of creation, and this is the skill that we actually want artists to have, to be in the source of creation, not just one art piece, but in the source of creation itself, in the biggest possible scale. And then not and how then artists really could start appreciate their own work because they would tap to the source of creation itself, and how you cannot appreciate it when you have experience of it. And it's really about experiencing, not just like intellectually start, not just intellectually trying to understand it, but really experiencing it. And this is what meditation is about. And when it will come from the deepest level, then it will have impact on all the other levels. And the best thing that it's just spontaneous things, spontaneous actions happening around the connectivities and these coincidences in our life, and really tapping to that level, increasing the amount of all those joyful, amazing, beautiful moments that helps to create or to collaborate, and to be happy about what we do and why we do it, actually.
And I think it's really beautiful to share all of this happiness about doing the things that we love. And we started doing this by talking to the artists, by sharing the interviews with them. But what do you think? What are your ideas for the future of NextGen Arts for Enlightenment? What do you see? You can imagine anything you want, absolutely. Where do you see it in the future? What would you like to see?
Well, I would like to see it as a full-time hosted, not TV show, but something that's happening monthly, weekly. It's just happening and happening because it's just it's enjoyable and it's very nourishing for everybody. That's my vision.
The thing is that I believe that it has infinite potential, this project. Really, it can go into so many different directions and really expanding. I would hope that we start from sharing, just giving something that we believe and that something that we know because we experienced it, and we have that in common, and also with the artists with who we speak, with who Ruta speaks. But coming into more specific examples, developing projects that could inspire just also emerging artists, and the ones who are maybe still going to school, but they really love arts, and presenting this a bit different angle about what arts can be, or going to universities and also representing it to students, or having a magazine, or having a book, or making an exhibition, or in the future connecting with artists, and I don't know, making something big all together. So I feel that there are many possibilities in that, and I believe that nature step by step will guide us to one step at the time. And what do you, Ruta, feel about the future of NextGen as the one who actually initiated it and took us in?
I absolutely agree that we will see what's really needed. I think during the time of development, and that we will be guided with this, what the world needs and what the artist needs. At first, my dream was just to have exhibitions by artists who can communicate from this understanding. But now, of course, with more people and more support, and when it's so enjoyable, then I start feeling that how wonderful it would be. I think you had this in the mind when you said this, that it would be so wonderful to have like art residencies for artists who practice consciousness-based art, or maybe artists who not yet know how to meditate, but they can come to the residency and together with creating with others and getting curators' comments on their practice and maybe preparing some presentation or preparing an exhibition and presenting to local public, they could also get the mantra and start to meditate and start experiencing the field of all possibilities. That would be a unique thing, because I don't think there is such a thing in the world. There are so many other practices of meditation, but for me, this is the best. This is it's the easiest and it works the quickest and it's absolute magic. So I just want to share it. I just want to share the benefits of it. And imagining such a residency is just, my heart feels very warm.
There you go. And now nature supports through visions.
Yeah, thank you, Ruta, for this question, because we are just at the very beginning stage of the project. But I think it's good to speak the broader vision, even though we don't know how it can unfold, but really to dream and to wish and to see where spontaneously it can bring us.
Yes, and this is also just one imagining of the development. There are so many other possibilities. It's amazing. I'm very excited.
Yeah, Annette very beautifully mentioned that it's endless possibilities for this project, really.
Okay, so let's see where it goes. I think the future is bright.
I didn't brought my eyeglasses.
I forgot mine.
Sunglasses.
Thank you so much, Ineta and Justina. This was a wonderful conversation. I hope this was inspiring to everyone. And let's continue with this beautiful thing.
Thank you, Ruta and Justina.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much.